to me, I won't work to repeal that bill. When South Dakotans overwhelmingly said they didn't want the bill to pass and that it was terrible for the state of South Dakota, I don't know how you defend that. Yes. Sure. I think that we've had a lot of discussion about farm programs because that obviously is a new farm bill that's being discussed right now. And the next Congresswoman is going to have the opportunity to work on this farm bill. And farmers across the country, and especially in South Dakota, are asking for more risk management programs rather than just direct subsidies. Farmers would love that. Obviously, when they're borrowing money to put it in the dirt and go back that fall and see if there's anything to harvest to feed their family and take care of them, they need to manage risk. And the government has so much regulation and influence over that industry that it's difficult for farmers. They would love to say, help me manage my risk. I'll take less government intervention for less subsidies, absolutely. So we need to make sure in this next farm bill that that's what we're doing, helping farmers and ranchers out there manage risk, but knowing that South Dakota and the United States engages in a cheap food policy. And that we need to continue to have a viable agriculture industry as well. We need to feed our people. We're at a national security risk if we let all of these farmers not cash flow and not be successful when every other country is subsidizing their farmers. And then we lose our farmers and we aren't able to feed ourselves. We cannot afford to have that happen.
How do you feel about ethanol?
Well, I've been a supporter of ethanol. I think it's good for our economy. I think it's important that we depend upon sources within America to fuel and give us our energy. So I think it's a good industry that is going to be very viable in the future. It's something that South Dakota has benefited from, that America has benefited from. I'd love to see them go to the 15% renewable standard. That's something that would be good for all of us. And then continue to increase our energy needs and resources throughout America by looking at the wind, looking at solar, looking at nuclear. All of those would help us to rely upon ourselves more than our dependence on foreign oil.
About Hyperion in Union County, how do you feel about that?
I think it's a great project for that county. The voters had decided on that, and it's going through the regulatory process right now. It's going to obviously bring a lot of jobs into that area, and it's going to change the economy of South Dakota as well. When you're processing 400 barrels of oil and refinery and refining them, it's going to be a huge economic boost to this state and to that county. I think it will. When you look at their school districts, what it will do for their local governments, it's going to be a good thing.
One of the biggest threats to our country's economy, as well as crime and national security, is immigration. How do you get the person that stand on that subject?
Well, I haven't heard her made a whole lot of statements on immigration, has she?
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I think. To be honest with you, I haven't heard her take a stand on immigration. I'll tell you where I stand. Is that I believe we absolutely need to send the manpower and the money that is necessary to secure that border. I think we need immediate action. We have people down there that are concerned for their safety, and the Arizona legislature did what they felt was necessary to enforce laws that should have been enforced by the federal government. And so now the federal government needs to take action and make sure that they will follow through on that. Now, they have in the past passed legislation that would have required them to secure that border, but they didn't fund it. And I think that's disingenuous. They absolutely need to make sure they're sending the resources there to make sure we're keeping our people safe.
Do you think the suspect scandal can rise up to the level of
Boy, I don't know. That's speculating. I have no idea.
So do you think South Dakota should follow in Arizona's footsteps and modeling a law like that?
Well, we don't have the issues that Arizona has down there. I think that I think what's interesting to me, we all know that in South Dakota we have illegal immigrants that are here right now. We all do know that we need immigration reform, and I think that throughout this process we need to continue to fight to make sure that our federal regulations are going to be enforced. I think that's the plan.
What was wrong with these immigration laws they had before, that if an employer hired illegal, they could shut him down. So they didn't hire illegal. Why can't they go back to the same policy?
Well, I think they still have that policy and that law. They just weren't being enforced. Yes. And now what Arizona did is make it not only a federal crime, but they made it a state crime in their state as well. Yes.
If the Democrats